We are here with Dr. Ernest Gregoire, or some of his athletes call him Coach G. He has been a track and field coach on grassroots, national, and international levels. He was the 2000 U.S. Olympic coach, 1993 head coach, U.S. World Championship, and 2006 head coach for the U.S. World Championship teams, and the list goes on. And he has been doing this for over 46 years. With the Olympics just wrapping up, it's the perfect time to bring him in. Hi, Coach G. How are you doing?
Hi, babe. How you doing?
Good. So tell me what I didn't know, because for some of you people who don't know, Coach G is my former coach. What I didn't know is that you were in the Army.
Yes, 1953 to 1956.
So how did that shape you into being a coach now?
Well, I don't think the Army did. It was certainly a good discipline for me, but it was just a stopgap in my life. Out of high school, not really sure what I wanted to do. I went in the Army and got the GI Bill and went on to college, and that's where the coaching bug came in.
Okay. And now tell me a little bit about your Olympic star athletes that you've had.
Well, I've been very fortunate. I've had several athletes who've been on the Olympic teams, and several who earned medals. Most famously is Larry Myrick's, who won the bronze medal at the 1988 Seoul Games. I had several athletes who were on relay teams and things like that, and world championship teams. So I've been very fortunate to have a great set of athletes come along.
And now I know you do the sprints and the long jump, and sometimes hurdles too, I believe.
Too,
Is
yes.
there anything that in particular that you like one over the other as far as coaching wise?
No, I think the disciplines that I really enjoy are sprints, hurdles, and of course horizontal jumps.
And now with the Olympics being over, you have a lot of athletes, a lot of future athletes, children wanting to, get that goal and get to that goal. What does it take to get to that level?
Well, it takes hard work. There's no two ways about that. And of course, my son and I were discussing this coming over here. It takes basic talent too. Something you have to be born with. Athletes are born, not made. We can certainly help them, but make their best better, but they've got to come in with some very special gifts.
So now there's been a heated debate as far as steroids, not just in track and field, but for athletes in general. What's your position on it? There was an article that came out, I believe, a couple days ago from the Balco owner, or former owner, saying that a lot of athletes still use steroids, and then when they get tested in the Olympics, it's too late. What's your position on athletes taking steroids, and should people be balanced out with it, or?
Well, my position is this: that it's unfortunate. It is a performance-enhancing drug. Unless everybody's taking it, then nobody should be taking it. But I don't think it's the majority of people taking it. And I think it's really created a terrible culture for our sport. Every time a person does well, they're automatically suspected of using steroids. And it takes a lot of fun out of the game. I do this because I enjoy doing it, have enjoyed it for many, many years. I'm out there to help students and people make their best better. And then once they do that, to have a person to charge them with using steroids, it just takes a lot of fun out of the game.
Now, speaking of fun in the games, the U.S. women won about 64% of the medal count for the U.S. Right. Speaking of track in particular, the women's relay teams did extremely well.
Yes,
I think they broke a world record, and
yes,
it's in 1996, since 1996, and they just broke the world record.
Right.
What do you think was the difference between the men and the women this year?
The women had the bulk of the talent on their side of the ledger this year. The men were very, very talented too, but they ran into a very, very strong Jamaican team. Our team ran 37:04, which ties the world record. But they had this insurance on the back of the relay for a Jamaican named Usain Bolt, and that's made all the difference in the world.
And now with Gabby Douglas, she was the gymnastics superstar that won gold at 16. Do you think we'll ever see a track athlete at that age, or have we seen a track athlete at that age, 16, 15, that can win a gold, or do you need time to develop?
We've had athletes who made the team at 16, but none have medaled. It takes a little more maturation than that. a lot more strength involved. With the gymnastics, the body can make those revolutions when it's young and supple. As it gets older, more rigid, it makes it difficult to do those kind of things. I don't think so, but then again, you never know. There's some great athletes out there.
And the controversy with Lolo Jones and the hurdles, the negative feedback that she got after she came in 4th in the world. Do you think it was deserved? Do you think there were some undertones in there? What do you think is going on? Why is the media?
Well, I think it's just all media hype. I mean, the article from the New York Times that the guy wrote, that's horrible. I mean, why? Why get in a person's personal life? Why question what they're doing? She had to work very hard to get to where she got. She ran sub 1250. She was 4th in the world. And yet he's going to bring out some things that are just social in nature, cultural in nature. Had nothing to do with track and field.
Last question. You've been doing this for 46 years.
Right.
What's the game plan now?
The game plan is to continue to do what I'm doing. I will no longer be a staff person at Mount San Antonio College, but I have 3 athletes right now that I'm going to be working with toward the World Championship next year, and probably get a couple more, and still more of the same. I enjoy what I do, and I'm not ready to hang it up yet.
All right. Thank you, Coach G.
You're welcome.
Some future Stanley Cup winners may come from the Crown City. That's next on this special edition of Crown City News, your neighborhood.